My beloved soul, welcome today. You are here because heaven itself wanted you to listen, to pause, and to receive. You did not arrive here by mistake. The steps of your life are ordered, even the seasons of waiting, even the long nights of wondering. Even the tears you have cried alone, they are not wasted. They are written into a story that God is carefully weaving just for you. God says today that your soulmate will make waiting feel beautiful. Waiting can often feel like a heavy burden. It can make you feel as if life is passing you by while others celebrate their love, their weddings, their families. It can make you question your worth, wonder if you are forgotten, or if perhaps love was not written for you. But God whispers to you gently, do not despair, do not lose hope, for the one He has made for you will turn every season of waiting into a testimony of beauty. You see, waiting is not punishment. Waiting is preparation. God does not withhold love from you because He wants you to suffer, but because He is preparing something far greater than you imagined. While you wait, He is working. He is shaping you into someone who can receive love with depth, patience, kindness, and strength. He is shaping your soulmate into someone who will honor you, cherish you, and walk with you through every season of life. Take a moment, beloved soul, and breathe in the truth that God has not forgotten you. And as you listen, I invite you to subscribe not only to this channel, but to the hope and faith that God is still writing your love story. Subscribe so you can continue receiving these reminders that your journey has purpose, that your heart is valuable, and that your future is being prepared even now. Think about waiting not as an empty room, but as a sacred classroom. In this classroom, you are learning lessons you could not learn any other way. You are learning patience, which will help you nurture your future marriage. You are learning to stand alone with dignity, which will protect you from losing yourself. When you finally join with another, you are learning to trust God's timing, which will keep you steady when life brings storms. Every tear you have cried, every lonely night you have endured, is a lesson shaping you into the person your soulmate will one day embrace. And God says, your soulmate is also waiting. Somewhere in the world there is another heart praying for love, hoping for connection, longing for the same thing you long for. Somewhere there is another soul being refined, being prepared, being guided, so that when your paths cross, it will not be by chance, but by divine appointment. That is the beauty of waiting. You are not waiting alone. Your soulmate is waiting too, and heaven is aligning your journeys. Beloved soul, do not think that you are behind. Do not believe the lie that you are delayed. God's timing is never late. When He brings your soulmate, the years of waiting will make sense. You will look back and realize that what you thought was delay was actually design. What you thought was silence was actually preparation. And so I say again, do not rush. Do not settle for less than what God intends for you. Because when you wait on Him, He will surprise you with a love that feels like home, a love that heals, a love that prays with you, a love that celebrates your victories and holds you in your valleys. Your soulmate will be more than a partner. They will be a reflection of God's faithfulness to you. If these words are touching your heart, if you feel hope stirring again, take a moment and subscribe. Stay connected so that you will always have a reminder that your waiting has purpose. Let these words continue to strengthen you when your faith feels weak. Let them carry you until your blessing arrives. Waiting will feel beautiful because it will teach you to see love not as desperation, but as destiny. When you finally meet your soulmate, you will not cling out of fear of losing them. You will stand strong knowing you were always meant to find each other. You will not carry bitterness from rushed or broken love, but gratitude for having trusted God's timing. You will not feel unworthy, but confident that you were chosen by both heaven and by the one who sees you as a treasure. And so, beloved soul, embrace this waiting season. Instead of counting the days with sorrow, begin to see them as days of preparation, days of becoming, days of growth. Instead of asking when, begin asking how. How is God shaping me today? How can I use this time to become the partner my soulmate will need tomorrow? How can I water the garden of my soul so that when love arrives, it will find a place already blooming? Your soulmate will not arrive to complete your emptiness. They will arrive to complement your fullness. That is why waiting is beautiful, Because it gives you time to become whole. Two halves do not make a healthy marriage. Two whole souls, joined together under God's timing, make a love that cannot be shaken. Beloved, your soulmate will not just admire your beauty, they will admire your journey. They will see the scars of your waiting and call them marks of strength. Will see the patience you carried and respect the faith you held on to. They will not come into your life to erase your past, but to walk with you into your future. That is why your waiting is sacred. That is why your waiting is holy. And once more, let me remind you, if this message is speaking to your spirit, subscribe. Stay close to these reminders so that your faith will not wither in the long nights. Subscribe so that you are not walking alone, but walking with a voice that continually lifts you up and points you back to God's promises. My beloved soul, your soulmate is not a fantasy. They are real. They are alive today, walking their own journey, waiting for their own prayers to be answered. And in the right time, God will cause your paths to cross. And when that day comes, you will understand that every moment of waiting was worth it. Beloved soul, let us walk further into this truth. God says again to you, waiting is not wasted. The silence is not empty. The delay is not denial. Every day you wait is filled with divine intention. Every moment you remain patient is a stone, being laid on the foundation of the love story He is building for you. And though you cannot see all the details now, one day you will look back and say, my Lord, you were faithful in ways I could not imagine. Think about a diamond. Before it shines, it is hidden deep inside the earth, buried beneath pressure, waiting for the right moment to be discovered. The beauty of the diamond is not created instantly. It takes time. It takes fire. It takes waiting. Tate, in the same way, your soulmate is being prepared under the hand of God. They are being shaped by life experiences, molded through trials, refined by faith, so that when they stand before you, they will not be half-formed, but complete. And while they are being prepared, so are you. Sometimes you may feel like you are falling behind, as if everyone else is ahead of you. Friends may marry. Families may celebrate, and you may sit quietly wondering when your season will come. But do not let comparison steal your joy. Comparison blinds you to the unique beauty of your own story. God's timing for you is not the same as His timing for another. The love story He is writing for you cannot be measured against anyone else's. Chapter, and here is something I want you to hold in your heart. Your soulmate will not only make the waiting worth it, they will make the waiting feel beautiful. When you meet them, every lonely night will suddenly look like a necessary step. Every unanswered prayer will reveal itself as protection. Every tear will transform into a testimony. The person you are waiting for will honor not just who you are, but also the journey you took to become who you are. And so, beloved, let this waiting teach you to grow in gratitude. Instead of waking up each morning asking, Lord, when will I find them? Rise and say, Lord, thank you for preparing me. Thank you for protecting me from what was not meant for me. Thank you for setting me apart for something greater. This shift in your spirit will change the way you see this season. Instead of emptiness, you will see purpose. Instead of delay, you will see design. If these words are feeding your spirit, if they are giving you strength to wait another day with hope instead of despair, take a moment and subscribe. Not just here, but subscribe in your heart to hope itself. Subscribe to the truth that God is guiding you. Subscribe to faith that your story is not forgotten. Every time you hear these words, you're reminded that you are walking towards something beautiful. Beloved soul, understand this also. God is protecting you in the waiting. You may not realize it now, but there are doors that did not open because they were not meant for you. There are relationships that did not last because they were distractions, not destiny. There are people you thought you needed who had to leave because they would not have carried your soul with honor. Sometimes rejection is God's protection. Silence is His shelter. Your soulmate will not just arrive as an answer to loneliness. They will arrive as the fulfillment of promises. And the waiting will train you to recognize them. Without waiting, you would not be able to tell the difference between temporary affection and true, enduring love. Waiting sharpens your discernment. Waiting teaches you to value what is real, so that when your soulmate comes, You will not mistake them for another fleeting presence, beloved. Picture this. One day you will wake up and realize that God has answered your prayer. You will look at your soulmate and see in their eyes the reflection of every silent prayer you whispered. You will feel in their embrace the comfort you longed for in the long nights. You will hear in their words the reassurance you needed when you thought no one saw your pain. And you will know that the waiting was worth it. Let me tell you this. Truth with love. If you rush ahead of God, you risk exchanging the beauty of destiny for the bitterness of regret. Many have done so, thinking that waiting was too heavy, and they settled for less than they deserved. But you, my beloved, are called to something greater. God's best for you will not come through impatience, but through trust. So when you feel weary, remember this. Your soulmate is not just someone who will come into your life. They are someone who is praying for you even now, without knowing your name yet. They are someone who carries hope in their heart for a love they have not yet seen. Just as you are longing, they are longing too. And one day, both your longings will meet, and heaven will smile at the union. If your heart is stirring with faith as you hear this, subscribe. Subscribe so that when your hope begins to waver, you can return and be reminded that you are not forgotten. Subscribe so that you can carry these words with you in the nights when doubt knocks at your door. Let us walk together in faith until the day you can say with joy that waiting was a gift, not a burden. The beauty of waiting is that it reveals who you truly are. It strips away the illusions of needing another person to define you. It shows you that you are whole, even before your soulmate arrives. It allows you to discover your purpose, your calling, your identity, so that when you finally join hands with your soulmate, you will not come from a place of emptiness, but from a place of fullness. And when two full souls meet, love becomes powerful, enduring, unbreakable. So, beloved soul, walk through this waiting season with courage. Do not despise the time it takes. Do not grow bitter because of the delay. Let each day teach you something new. Let each season build your strength. Because soon, in the right moment, the waiting will end and love will begin. When it does, you will understand why God made you wait. If these words are lifting your soul, subscribe. Stay connected because you deserve to be reminded daily that you are loved, chosen, and guided. Your waiting is beautiful because God Himself is in it. Beloved soul, let us walk further into the truth of God's promise. When God says your soulmate will make waiting feel beautiful, He means that love is not something you must chase, force, or fear. Love that is truly yours will come with peace. It will not come through endless anxiety, manipulation, or begging for attention. It will come gently, like the sunrise after a long night. And when it comes, you will understand why every season of waiting was needed. There is a wisdom that only waiting can teach. When you wait, you learn patience, and patience is the very foundation of love. Without patience, even the most beautiful relationship will crumble, because love demands the ability to endure. To be kind in the face of flaws, to hope in the face of disappointment, and to forgive when mistakes are made. God is shaping you into a patient soul, because the love He has for you will require patience to be nurtured and protected. Waiting also teaches you to see with spiritual eyes. When you rush, you look only with your feelings, and feelings can mislead. But when you wait, you learn to look deeper. You learn to discern a person's character, their values, their faith, their spirit. This will protect you from being deceived by shallow appearances. And when you meet your soulmate, you will not be fooled by surface-level charm, for your spirit will recognize their spirit. You will know them, not just with your eyes, but with your heart. My beloved soul, waiting is also healing. Many of us carry wounds from the past, disappointments, heartbreaks, betrayals. If God were to send your soulmate before your heart was healed, you would carry those wounds into your new love. And instead of joy, there would be heaviness. Instead of peace, there would be fear. That is why God sometimes delays, not because He wants to withhold love from you, but because He wants to heal you enough to truly receive it. He wants your heart to be free, so that when your soulmate comes, you will not hold them captive to the pain caused by another. And so, if you are in this season of waiting, let it also be a season of healing. Use this time to forgive, to release. to let go of bitterness? Let God mend the cracks in your soul so that love can pour in without leaking out. For your soulmate deserves the best of you, and you deserve the best of them. If these words are speaking to you, they are reminding you that even your pain has purpose. Take a moment and subscribe. Subscribe not only here, but subscribe in your heart to the journey of becoming whole. Subscribe to healing. Subscribe to faith. Subscribe to the truth that God is still writing your story with care. Beloved, remember this: love is not found in rushing. Love is found in trusting. The person God has for you will not require you to lose yourself. They will not demand that you compromise your worth. They will not pressure you into being someone you are not. Instead, they will see you as God sees you, valuable, chosen, and irreplaceable. The waiting will feel beautiful when you begin to see it not as time wasted, but as time invested. Every day you wait is an investment in the love you will one day have. Every prayer you whisper is a seed planted in the soil of your future. Every tear is water that nourishes the roots of your destiny. And when the time comes, those seeds will bloom into a love story that only heaven could have written. You may ask, how long must I wait? And the answer is this: until the right time. But while you wait, do not sit idle. Live, grow, and walk in purpose. Let this time be the season where you pursue your calling, build your dreams, and strengthen your faith. Because when your soulmate arrives, they should find you not waiting in despair, but shining in purpose. And when two souls, both walking in their God-given purpose, meet, the union becomes unstoppable. Beloved soul, think of how precious it will feel to know that while you were waiting, your soulmate was also growing. Perhaps right now they are learning lessons that will prepare them to love you better. Perhaps right now they are walking through trials that will teach them compassion, patience, and kindness. And one day, when they stand before you, you will realize that they too had to wait, and their waiting has made them ready for you. This is the beauty of God's timing. He does not bring people together half-formed. He waits until both are ready, until both hearts have been shaped, until both lives are aligned. And when that alignment happens, it will not just feel like a meeting, it will feel like destiny. And let me remind you gently again, if your spirit is finding rest in these words, subscribe. Subscribe to this journey so that you can be reminded daily that your story is not finished. Subscribe so that every time you feel tired of waiting, you can come back here and find hope again. Beloved, I want you to know this truth. Your soulmate is not just someone you will love. They are someone who will help you love God more. They will draw you closer to faith. They will encourage your spirit, will pray with you, believe with you, and walk with you when life feels heavy. This is why God makes you wait, because not every person is capable of carrying a love that is rooted in Him. Only the one He has chosen can hold your heart the way it was meant to be held. And so, hold on to hope. Do not give up. Do not settle. Do not despair. Your soulmate is coming. They're walking their path even now, just as you are walking yours, and in the right moment your journeys will meet. And when they do, you will see with your own eyes that the waiting was never empty. Waiting was always sacred. Beloved soul, continue walking with faith. The longer the night, the brighter the sunrise. The longer the waiting, the sweeter the love. And when the day comes, you will understand why God asked you to trust Him a little longer. My beloved soul, we have now walked together through the journey of waiting, through the patience of love, through the healing and the lessons of divine timing. Now we have reached the final part of this great message, and here we will let the words flow fully, deeply, richly, until they soak into your spirit like living water. I will not stop too soon. I will not cut this short. I will let it expand with fullness, with strength, with love, where you will be reminded again and again that your soulmate will make waiting feel beautiful. Beloved soul, hear this truth. The end of waiting is not the end of the story. It is the beginning of a new one. And that story will be sweeter because of the patience you endured. Love that comes too quickly often fades quickly, but love that has been waited for, prayed for, trusted for, will stand strong even in storms. God has not given you something ordinary. He is preparing something extraordinary. That is why it takes time. That is why you have waited. And that is why when it finally comes, you will see that waiting was not a burden, but a blessing. Waiting has taught you strength. Waiting has taught you resilience. Waiting has taught you to find joy in God's presence, even before a soulmate's presence. And this is the true foundation of love. Because no person can fill the space in your heart that only God can fill. A soulmate can walk beside you, but only God can walk inside you. And when you build your life on that truth, then when your soulmate arrives, they will add joy, but not become your only source of joy. They will add peace, but not become your only source of peace. They will add love, but they will not replace the love of God. This is the balance that makes a relationship endure, beloved. You have waited, and perhaps you have cried in the night, asking why the answer has not yet come. But do you not see that even in those tears, God was shaping you? Do you not see that in the emptiness, He was filling you with strength? Do you not see that in the silence, He was teaching you to hear His voice more clearly? One day you will understand that the waiting itself was as much a gift as the answer. And let me say it again with love. Your soulmate will not only come, they will make waiting feel beautiful. Because when they arrive, every lonely hour will turn into testimony. Every unanswered prayer will turn into gratitude. Every tear will turn into joy. You will look at them and think it was worth every moment of silence, every moment of longing, every moment of waiting. Take courage in this. God has already written the day when your paths will cross. He has already chosen the hour when your hearts will meet. Or set the stage for the love story you will live. Nothing in this world can cancel that appointment. No force, no delay, no fear can erase the moment God has ordained. Your waiting is not endless. Your waiting has a finish line, and that finish line will open into a new beginning filled with love, peace, and joy. If these words are filling your heart with peace, then pause for a moment and subscribe. Stay connected to these reminders so that your spirit will remain strong even when doubt whispers in your ear. Subscribe so that you can carry these messages with you into the long nights, so that you can be lifted whenever you feel weary. Subscribe, not only here, but subscribe your life to hope itself. Choose to say, I will not give up. I will not despair. I will trust until my promise arrives. Beloved soul, let me tell you something powerful. When your soulmate comes, it will not feel like a stranger entering your life. It will feel like someone your soul already knew. You will feel peace. You will feel recognition. You will feel at home. That is how you will know, not through fear, not through doubt, not through games, but through peace. Peace is the signature of God. Fear and confusion do not come from Him, but peace does. And your soulmate will bring peace to your spirit. This is why the waiting matters. If you rushed, you would settle for someone who stirred confusion, someone who brought more questions than answers. But because you waited, you will recognize peace when it finally stands in front of you. That peace will make you understand that God was with you the whole time, beloved soul. I know the waiting has been long. I know it has tested your patience, your faith, even your joy. But hear me, you are not forgotten. Heaven has not overlooked you. God has not ignored your prayers. He has heard every whisper, every cry, every silent hope. And He has been answering in ways you cannot yet see. When your soulmate comes, you will realize that God was working even when you thought He was silent. And one day, you will sit beside the one He made for you, and you will look back and smile. You will say, now I understand. Now I see. Now I know why I had to wait. And in that moment, every wound will turn into a scar of glory. Every night of crying will turn into laughter. Every doubt will vanish in the light of love. So, my beloved, do not give up. Do not lose heart. Do not let impatience rob you of the beauty God has prepared. You are closer than you think. The day is nearer than it feels. And the love you are waiting for will be greater than what you dreamed. Before we close this journey, let me remind you again. If this message has touched your soul, if it has lifted your heart, if it has reminded you to hold on, then subscribe. Subscribe so that you may continue walking in hope. Subscribe so that each day you can be reminded of your worth and your destiny. Subscribe because your journey is not meant to be walked alone. We walk it together, with faith and with love. My beloved soul, let this final word rest in you. Waiting is not wasted. Waiting is a blessing. Waiting is proof that God loves you too much to give you less than what you deserve. Waiting is the soil where destiny grows, and soon the fruit will bloom. Soon the promise will arrive. Soon your soulmate will stand before you, and you will know beyond doubt that this love was worth the wait. So rise each morning with hope, lay down each night with peace. Carry this truth in your heart until the day comes when you no longer wait, but rejoice, because your soulmate will come. And when they do, they will make waiting feel beautiful.